Hello and welcome to Group 4's pitch presentation. My name is Ashley Rose Brisley. I'm the producer here on Bucky, and I will be walking you through our synopsis, design concept, the aims and objectives we have for the film. The picture you see on the left is our proposal for the theatrical poster, which incorporates a lot of hidden meanings about the thematics of our film. Bucky is a story of our time, inspired by the experience of the self-isolating and internal journey COVID-19 has given us. The past 2 years has seen everyone go through a different series of emotions through feelings of loss. Although our film is not a direct retelling of the current social climate we've faced over the past 2 years, this reference to loss is a cathartic expression that we feel will help a wide audience really relate to our film on a deeply personal level, as the feeling of losing someone or something is a universal experience we can all relate to. When the nucleus of his social circle, Bucky, dies, his close friendship group begins to unravel when certain secrets are revealed during his wake. As the friends try to fight their inner grievances, an unsuspecting surprise guest heightens the tension by exposing Bucky's affair with his girlfriend's best friend, who is now pregnant. Rattled with emotion, the group must come together in order to accept the past and begin their futures. Here we have a complete breakdown of our narrative progression, which takes a multifaceted approach to morality and philosophical questioning. Ultimately, our story is designed to be one of hope and supportive guidance that uses each character as an analysis for one of the 7 stages of grief, showing that even in times of common tragedy, everyone experiences emotions at different process rates, which is completely normal and must be accepted and worked through by the individual in their own time. The film shall have a deeper emotional connotation to our cast playing the roles, with a unique ethereal church-inspired soundtrack for each emotional stage, heritage references to our own cultural mix and LGBTQ identity, and donating any budget left over to Grief Encounter, a charity that supports children and young adults dealing with death. Using the idea of natural healing, our design focuses around central earth tones, using wood as a cohesive backdrop between our church and pub wake location. We looked at existing titles that deal with the grieving process and losing a loved one, such as Fleabag, Chemical Hearts, The Society, Riverdale, and Joker, all of which use character emotions as a story drive and audience empathy to connect with what's happening. Our mood board focuses on the facial expressions through close-ups and mid-shots to drive this emotional response, with previous references using similar style choices to highlight the pain of their characters. To portray a mixed group dynamic, we shall use an ensemble cast of 6 female and 4 male actors. The character names you see here correlate with their emotional response, aside from the character of Sam, who we decided to show as a sense of numbness, Sarah as Sam's supportive partner, and Liam as the mystery guest. Our over-40s actor, Adrian Wheeler, will act as a branch of communication that encourages the group to think about what we remember and hold on to when we fear letting go of the past. We are extremely lucky to be working with a highly experienced director whose vision is focused around the group and the way they interact and work together. Choosing to centre the narrative around the group being reunited through one forced location, how they communicate their feelings in order to understand each other and come to terms with the confusing loss they are experiencing. However, the twists and turns revealed in Bucky's secrets allows us as filmmakers to ask the questions, do we ever really know someone? Or do we only know what they choose to show us? Are we ever really authentic? Or do we all each play a role in our social group that we choose to fill? The faces that you see on the left are our heads of department, and the list on the right is a breakdown of all the assigned roles for each crew position. Our intended audience is not just for those going through a time of grief, but for anyone of any age to understand and help those who may be suffering. Bucky is more than just storytelling. It's a conversation that we want to encourage and normalize. The following quote encapsulates the message we want people to take away from watching this film. Grief never ends, but it changes. It's a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness, nor a lack of faith. It's the price of love. Here is a short little teaser that we've kind of pinned together to give you an idea of what it would be like. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
Well done.
Well done. Another well-presented pitch. Great that you have a very good cast already lined up, and you've got obviously a very experienced director, so that will certainly help. Can you clarify for me the connection with COVID-19 at the beginning and how it got into the film? I was a little bit confused by that point.
We wanted to look at a film that would be relevant to people now, especially of our age and what they've been going through, because for a lot of young people, this has been a very weird transitional time. A lot of people haven't been working or in uni, and they haven't really had that chance to explore the next stage that they're transitioning with. And for our group of uni students, they're all feeling that weird sense of transitioning themselves, and suddenly something that they are very close to is lost and pulled out from underneath them. So it's that idea that, you know, you can grieve something without even knowing that you're going through it.
Thank you, that clarifies. Okay, good. That might work really well.
Thank you.
Perfect. Cheers, Ashley.
Thank you.
Well done.